Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to go over Route 53 routing, and specifically, we're going to talk about um, alias versus CNAME routing. And I'm just going to do a quick demo to show how you set up alias and how you set up CNAME routing. So the main thing is you can do CNAME routing and you can route it to any other URL resource. And with alias routing, this is a Route 53 specific extension that allows you to route to Amazon resources like Elastic Load Balancers, Elastic Beanstalk, as well as other AWS resources. So I just wanted to show you to this page. This gives you a little idea about the difference between alias and non-alias records. So you can see here you can route alias records to API gateways, VPCs, Beanstalk, CloudFront, all these other AWS resources, which actually makes it really convenient to use. And the other thing I wanted to show was the pricing. You can so for CNAME routing, you can definitely do the same thing with CNAME routing as for alias. I think the only difference is with CNAME you can't route a top level domain, but for CNAME you're going to get charged. So you are going to get charged for queries, and there's a monthly charge. Actually, so that's for the hosted zone. You're going to get charged here 40 cents per million queries, and that's for CNAME routing. But for alias routing, you can see here it's no additional cost. So it's an interesting alternative that you can use besides CNAME routing. And in the demo, I'm going to just show you, I have a an application load balancer right here. So this load balancer right here is pointing to this target group right here. And then this target group has a single EC2 in it, which is right here. And if you look, that EC2, if we go to the IP, I just set it up to display the host name and the availability zone where it is. So if I paste the IP, it just says this is my IP and this is my availability zone. So it's US East 1D and it's 172.31.92.82. And if we look at the instance, it's right here, 172.31.92.82, and it is in US East 1D. So we know that the instance, so we know that we can access the instance. Let's try accessing it through the load balancer just to check that the load balancer is working. So if we go get the URL of, let's get the DNS of the load balancer, which is right here, and if we paste that, we should get the exact same message, which we do. Okay, so now we know the load balancer is working. So now we're going to set up a Route 53 CNAME record and an alias record. And what we'll need is we'll need the DNS name of the load balancer, which we already copied. So if we go to our Route 53, which is right here, we're going to create a new record. Let's call it CNAME test, and we'll make it a CNAME type record, and we can just paste in the URL of the application load balancer like that. And I'm just going to copy this and let's create it. So now if we look at the bottom, or oh, here it is right here, CNAME test. Okay, so that, if we now go to this URL, so CNAME test, and then the rest of it, if I copy that, and let's try, I'll add an M. Okay, there we go. So it is routing to that load balancer. Now, we are getting charged for each query. So let's try the same. We're going to try another Route 53 record, but this time we're going to make it into an alias record. And then we'll map to the load balancer directly from the alias record. So if we do that, we'll say alias test, and then leave this as type A, but here we'll do alias. And then if we look there, this is our load balancer right there. So now we don't have to paste the URL. As you could see, it gives us a lot of other all the other load balancers that we have. It can give us S3 buckets that we have. It can give us Elastic Beanstalk resources. So this should give you a list of your AWS resources that are directly mappable to an alias. So we're going to choose our ELB like this. And you could even have health checks here. You can even say like evaluate health. So it can use the health checks of the load balancer itself, which is kind of cool. We're going to leave the routing policy like that, and we'll just create it. And now, here it is. This is our record. So what we'll do is we will now access that record. So we'll say alias dash test instead of CNAME dash test. And there it is. So now it's accessing the alias record, and this actually doesn't cost us anything. We can use this alias record and we can map it to other resources that we have, and this is a good alternative to using the CNAME record.